Hello and welcome to another edition of Reality NSFW. Oh, excuse me, Reality After Show. It's been a couple weeks.
Right? Uh-oh. Did he freeze already?
Reality After
Oh, wow,
Show. Happy to be here. Oh, I already
You
froze.
did. Go ahead.
I
No,
already
you
froze,
okay.
didn't I?
Okay. Hit it. You did freeze. Yes, it's okay. Go ahead. Hit it. Go.
All right. I am obviously joined, as always, by my amazing co-host, Mr. Brent Wolgamott. Brent, how are you?
I'm doing well. I will just warn everybody up at the top that Bobby's computer has been a total mess today. So we're going to muddle through. Hopefully I am not freezing. I'm going to talk for a little bit here at the beginning so that I can hear from the chat that you're hearing from me and I am not freezing. Because if we're both freezing, then to hell with this. But as long as I am not freezing, we're going to do okay. So I'm waiting for the chat. Mary, Noah, Josh, I see you guys there. So, yes, I want to make sure that I'm not freezing or anything like that. You guys can hear me and you can hear my opinion and we can chat a little bit about the episode and the week that happened in Big Brother because I'm here for it. So, Bobby, I would advise that you ask questions succinctly and then shut up.
I agree. It's probably gonna be the Brent show mainly tonight. Yeah, for the last month, my computer has decided to just take a shit, and I've done everything I can. I've called Apple multiple times, and this is where we're at. So I'm we're gonna keep going, and we'll see how this goes. All right, so Brent, let's talk about this week and this episode. Where do you want to start?
Well, I think we need to start with that. Number one, I think for those of you who watch the live feeds, you guys know that this episode was a really succinct, truncated version of the events that happened in the Big Brother house. Okay. I want to credit Alyssa. Alyssa did her best. Now her best wasn't very good, let me say, and especially her talk to Turner, and we'll talk about that. But Alyssa trying to stay in the house, being empathetic with Brittany, realizing that Brittany was a little vulnerable. Brittany was in her feelings about Michael, and that night with Michael, throwing her under the bus, and they're talking about it, and Brittany's in the other room, and honestly, Alyssa took advantage of it, and not only that, but Brittany, she's the kind of person where if she doesn't get her ass kissed all the time, she can blow up on you, and that's kind of what happened with Brittany. As the episode would have you think that Monte, as the people are calling it on Twitter, Monty and Taylor getting it on, and him uncaging the snake. I don't know if you've heard that, Bobby. He uncaged the
Yes.
snake. I would like to see said snake to see how long the snake is. But alas, that is Taylor's prerogative, not mine. You saw in the episode the bear heat, like literally I can't remember who tweeted this, but they were like the day that Taylor and Monty did it, Taylor, first of all, my friend Mel Brown on Twitter, so it was like Monty be speaking like old English up in there because that's how he talks, he's like grandpa for real. And then somebody else tweeted that like after he had his fun with Taylor, he would be like, oh my God, great googly moogly, and oh my God, that was some real jiggery pokery in there, and like all the things that he says because he's so old. Like not literally old, but like he acts like an old person. Okay, are you with me? Like literally, I'm like, I don't even know how old is Monty. Like he's got to be like in his late 20s. I am like 20 years older than him, and I act younger than him. So let's just be real about that, okay? Like I am 40. I am 47. Monty's like, I don't know, late 20s, early 30s. I forget how old he is, but I'm probably like 20 years older than him, and I act way younger than him. So anyway, yes, and he also like anyway. You guys know, you watch the feeds, okay? So there's that. So that was not accurate tonight on what happened and how Brittany came to start voting for Taylor to be evicted. I think Brittany's just she's really emotional and really in her feelings. Ever since Michael left, she feels like she's nobody's priority. And honestly, that's the truth. She is nobody's priority. They all wanted her out at the final five, and she won the veto to spoil their plans. So that's the tea. Now, I don't know how it's going to be going into this week because I think Taylor, even though she, let's talk about, well, I'm trying to like organize my thoughts here because I don't really have that big of a co-host, but like, like the episode left out the whys on what the fuck happened tonight. Okay. But the fact remains that it did. Okay. And that's what we need to talk about because it happened. Brittany voted to evict Taylor. And I guarantee you, as you saw in the episode tonight, that 20 seconds, 30 seconds after Alyssa was evicted and they're all looking at the memory roll and they're not saying anything, that is what everyone is thinking. They are all thinking, what the fuck just happened? How was that a tie? What the fuck? And Brittany is thinking, oh God, I just made it a tie. And Turner didn't flip his vote like I hoped he did. So now I have to face the music and explain myself. How am I going to do that? And then Taylor wins HOH. So now, fortunately for Brittany, I believe it or not, you guys, I actually think this was the right call. If you really want to know, I think it was the right call. Number one, Brittany keeping Alyssa was the best thing for Brittany. Brittany needs to get to the final two with Alyssa. I think she loses against everybody else. I think Brittany's drawing dead. I don't think she can be anybody left on the board. I really, really don't. So her keeping Alyssa, even if it was for the wrong reasons, was still the better play. Number two, Brittany is at the literal bottom, okay? The only person who I think would evict Turner is Taylor, okay? But now Taylor is HOH, so she can't vote, okay? Remember how it works at the Final Four. So even though Taylor's HOH, she don't get to vote. She just gets to designate the person who does get to vote. And there's nobody there who will vote Turner out because Monty's not going to vote Turner out, I don't think, because he knows Turner and Taylor will both take him to the final three. And obviously Brittany, the only way she's going to get Turner out is to win the veto herself or pray to God that Taylor will grant her the power to vote, because that's the only way I see that. And even that is that's not a definite at this point, but I think that maybe Taylor could be talked into it because she knows that Brittany would definitely evict Turner and not Monty. The other reason why I think that this was a great play from Brittany was that it guarantees a jury vote for Brittany. If Brittany makes it to the final two, she's going to need all the help she can get in jury. She's already at the bottom. Everyone knows she's at the bottom. She's at the bottom of Taylor, Monty, and Turner. She's at the bottom. No one's taking her to the final two. Maybe Taylor will if she wakes up and realizes she needs Brittany in the final two. I don't know, even after Brittany just betrayed her here. But I really do think that this was a good play on Brittany's part to at least garner a little bit of jury management and say, you know what, I'm still at the bottom, but God damn it, I tried to keep Alyssa. You saw her whisper in Alyssa's ear right as she left. She said, I did it. That was mine. She did it. She let her know, like, I was the vote for you to stay. So, Alyssa knows that. And Alyssa, say what you want, but people are narcissistic. She's going to go to jury feeling very, very good about Brittany. And as you could tell from her speaking to Julie afterwards, Alyssa was like, I hope it's Brittany and Taylor in the final two. The only two people that she didn't have anything bad to say was the person she was sitting next to in the nomination chairs and the person who voted to keep her. So there you go.
Yeah, I honestly think that Turner made a big mistake here. I think he definitely should have voted out Taylor. And if you look at it, that would put him up against Alyssa, Brittany, and Monty. And Monty can't play this week. So what would happen? Most likely, well, we don't know for a fact, but Brittany probably would have won this competition because Alyssa hasn't been the greatest at competitions. And honestly, I think the target would have been Monty. And get Monty out of there. You're telling me you have Turner, who's won multiple competitions, against Brittany, who's won 2 POVs but no HOHs, and Alyssa, who's won basically nothing. I would take those chances. So 100% Turner made the wrong move here. And I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if it was in his head that he had to go with what Monty said, if he's just too loyal to a fault.
I think that's it. I think he's yes, that's good. By the way, we could totally hear everything you said. You didn't freeze at all, so that was really, really good. Right, cool. Your computer is warmed up now, I'm hoping. So I agree with you. Huge mistake on his part. I think he's too loyal. And I don't think he really understands the ramifications of the end game here. Like, bitch, I'm sorry. Just like Brittany realized, it doesn't matter. if Monty is pissed at you. It's about positioning in the end game. Okay. It doesn't matter if Monty is pissed that you made him do the tiebreaker vote. It doesn't matter if Monty's pissed that you betrayed him. He's still sitting there in the final four with you. And anybody else who's in the final four with you is looking at you as a potential person to boot. But your target level is lessened by Monty also being there and being very likable and people wanting to not go to the final two with him. So again, it doesn't really matter. Like if you're Turner, you have to say to yourself, look, I can keep Alyssa and that'll be good for me in the final four. Number two, even if Monty's pissed at me, so the fuck what, dude? Like, so the fuck what? I'm still using him as a shield in order to get myself to the final two. That's what he has to be saying. I mean, I know in that maybe in his world, he's hoping that Brittany goes at the final four and it's like, you know, him, Taylor and Monty at the final three, but even that's not good for Turner because Taylor's not taking him to the end, and I don't even know for sure that Monty would take him to the end.
Yeah.
So I dropped the ball on this one, but it boggles my mind. I'm sure you guys are with me that it boggles my mind that sorry, something came across my screen. So it boggles my mind that we ended up this week depending on fucking Turner of all people. Can you believe that? Like we ended up depending on Turner to save us. If you're somebody like me who was rooting for Taylor to stay in the house, like that's the crazy part. Because earlier in the week, Bobby, it was all about Brittany would be the definite vote for Taylor to stay, and Turner was the one who might try to flip the vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that Turner just thinks that he's got this thing more locked up than he does. I think he is looking at all his wins. He's thinking he's best friends with a lot of people in the jury. And I think that he's in his own mind in a better spot in this house than he realistically is. And I think that's a big problem as well. As far as Taylor, I mean, Taylor got saved by the skin of her teeth by the fact that Turner didn't put two and two together. And now look at her. She's now HOH.
I mean, it's amazing to me. Like the trajectory, that's always such a hard word for me to say. The trajectory of this girl, woman, Taylor, where she was probably going to be the first person voted out, was saved by Paloma quitting the game. And then has risen to power and is now guaranteed to be wearing her dress that she has already picked out on finale night. I'm so excited for her. I really am. Just like how cool is this to go from the outhouse to the penthouse and literally be HOH going into the final three, has a chance to win the final three HOH. I mean, let's be honest, that fashion, that was terrible. That video thing, it was just like, I'm watching at home and I couldn't even keep up with half the stuff. Not even half the stuff, 80% of the stuff. I couldn't, like, I was literally like, every time I thought it was over, Julie would come back on the screen with another outfit. Like, it was literally terrible. Like, this is the competition for Big Brother. Big Brother Canada makes it look so bad in comparison. Like literally so bad. Oh my god. Okay.
Who came
anyway,
up with
whatever.
Who came up with the competition where it's let's do Julie dancing in different outfits as a key pivotal, competition to get to the final three? Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
And it's hilarious to me because that song that was playing is actually my daughter's favorite song. So she just came in here, started dancing stuff. I didn't even pay attention, but I was watching. I was like, I can't even keep up with this. Like, no matter what, if I'm watching or not, I can't keep up with this. It's too much. And I would say this though, Turner, before we got to question number 3, Turner was guessing every single question and getting it right.
I know.
We saw what happened last time in one of these competitions when he had to guess. I was about to say he needs to be a part of my, question team at the local bar or something. Like, this guy lucks into every single question, but it backfired. It backfired on him.
It eventually backfired. Yes. I will say that when he won his double eviction HOH, I swear he guessed on 3 of those questions as well.
100%.
And ended up winning. Yeah. I remember him changing something and being like, oh yeah, dude, yeah, I got it right. I guessed it correctly. Oh my God. And yes, I'm with you. How many times is he going to guess correctly and end up winning HOH again? But fortunately, his luck ran out. Oh, that was glorious. That was glorious.
And can I say one more thing about this contest or this competition? Excuse me. And we see at the end when they're trying to guess in seconds how long the Britney POV competition was. And Taylor, God bless her soul, love her to death.
Oh my God. Talk about a deer in
480
headlights.
seconds? That's 8 minutes. Like, in comparison, Brittany guessed 25 minutes or something like that. I was dead. When I watched it, I was like, she's going to win, but that's just hilarious.
Well, that's the thing. Brittany guessed like 2,700, right? So that would be about like, I mean, like, you know, there's only 60 seconds. Yeah, like, so like 2,700. So that means like Brittany guessed like 40. I was going to say like 45 minutes. So 45 minutes. And like, I watched that competition. I know we saw an edited version of it, but like, I still felt like the answer was like somewhere around 15 minutes. Like, I really, really would have put like 900 to 1,000 as my answer, and I would have been the new HOH. So, you know, what do these people know?
Yeah, I was dead when I saw her turn around 480 seconds. I was like, "Girl, come on."
Well, listen, let me tell you, when I saw Brittany turn around 2,700, I knew Taylor was going to put a number that was less than that, and I knew she was going to be the new HOH. So there you go.
Honestly, you just have to put $1, Bob, and you're going to win the whole thing. So just go and do it that way, and you might have a chance.
It's the tea. I'm telling you, that's the tea.
Yeah. So let's go back. Do you want to talk? Yeah.
Let's talk about the campaign. So for those of you who aren't aware, okay, Brittany decided, like I said, she decided she was going to keep Alyssa. Again, her reasons for keeping Alyssa were not correct, but her goal was in that she needed to keep Alyssa to help herself get to the end and win the game. And that's correct. She needed to get to the final two with Alyssa to try to win the game. That's what she needed to fucking do. The problem was, how's she going to go about that? Okay. The problem is you had two people who I don't think are very good at Big Brother. In fact, the gaming this season, although it's been exciting at times, has not been very good. Let's be honest. Brittany doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She doesn't know how to play the slow card when she's, talking to somebody about potentially switching their vote. And Alyssa was even worse. Yeah. The last thing you should say to somebody if you're trying to get them to switch their vote is, well, we're not going to be friends anymore. Yeah. Like that was where she dropped the fucking ball. That's where Turner was like, huh? What did you say? Like, huh? Yeah, because then that makes people want to vote you out more. Like they're like, well, okay, well, if you're saying this to me now, then obviously we aren't friends. So fuck you then, girl, bye. Yeah. What she needed to say to him was appeal to his sense of morality and say, look, like, I know I'm probably out here. I know Monty's going to break the tie, but Turner, I need your vote. I need your vote. It means so much to me. Like, if you could give that to me, I would work so hard in jury for you. You're a great player. It would mean so much to me if you just went to bat for me. Again, I know I'm probably out here. I know I don't have Monty's support, but if you could show that to me, I would love that. And leave it at that. Don't strong arm him. Like, appeal to his better nature. Appeal to his greed. Want him to keep you as a sympathy vote so that when you go to jury, you will campaign for him to win and give him a vote, not the other way around where you're threatening him to take it away. People don't respond to that. It just doesn't work, especially not on someone like Turner, who really doesn't know the game very well and doesn't give a fuck. So again, this was terrible. And then when she said the thing about taking away their friendship, that's where he was like, well, fuck you, bitch. Like, seriously, like that's where he got off the train at that point. So this called it. I mean, first of all, I don't think Brittany went about this in the right way. Her plan was, let's basically trick Turner into a sympathy vote so that I can join with him and vote Taylor out. That was her plan. That was not a good plan. Her plan needed to be go to Turner with Alyssa and convince him to fucking keep her. And tell him why. It doesn't matter that you're pissing Monty off. It's all about positioning in the Final Four. And Monty's still, whether we like him or not, whether you're pissing him off or not, he's still with us in the Final Four. So people have to deal with him. Like, it doesn't matter about the who and the what. It matters about the where. Where are they? Are they in the Final Four? Are they not? If they are, you got to deal with them. You got to guard against them getting to the final two and what they'll do if they're in the final three. And that's where it would have been beneficial for Turner to keep Alyssa in the game. And if Brittany can't put that cognitive of a logical sentence structure together to explain that to Turner, then God help her. But she could not. And instead she decided to go this sort of charlatan route of let's trick Turner into giving a sympathy vote, which, let me just say, she is not equipped to do. Maybe there's somebody in the history of Big Brother who could possibly pull this off, but it is not Brittany. Okay, it is just not. She tried last night talking to Turner. Turner quickly ratted it. Like he immediately knew what was happening. He immediately knew he was trying to be hornswoggled, and that he ratted her out to Monty and Taylor. So everybody was on the up and up. So no matter what happened tonight, under no circumstances was Turner going to vote to evict Taylor. So that's where the salvation came from. Again, I can't believe at the beginning of this week, we feared what Turner might do and ended up fearing what Brittany was going to do, if you're a fan of Taylor, as I am.
Man, Mary's comment in the comment section almost made me laugh out loud. That was hilarious.
What did she say? I missed it.
Right here.
I would be crying and begging or sucking dick, whatever. Yeah, right? I'm just saying, you know what? It's $750,000. I've done a lot more for a lot less. So what the fuck? Like, get in there and do something. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think the way Alyssa and Brittany approached this week and with trying to save Alyssa, honestly, it came off too needy. It came off like there was a bigger picture and that they were trying to pull one over, and it didn't come off as elegant or in a way that was supposed to be, very normal. It didn't come in a way that they could just be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I should just give her, a friend vote and help her out. No, they were too needy. They were too bugging about it. And I think that's what really set the edge on Turner being like, no, I'm done. Like, I see what you're doing. There's no chance. And if, like you said, had they just come in there and be like, listen, first off, let's go back to Brittany when she was talking to Monty and the way she was proposing for Turner to go up. It was horrible. I haven't seen that bad of gameplay in such a long time. The way that
and it wasn't even
Sorry, she talks down to people. She almost talks to them like, you have to do it this way, and don't even put into perspective their idea of the game. You have to play to people's egos. You have to present your ideas in a way that makes it seem ideal for that person while also, covering your own agenda. And she wasn't doing that. She was making it clear that it was going to be best for her, and that's what had to happen. And then this whole thing with Turner, exact same thing. So I agree with you. I think Alyssa and Brittany really screwed the pooch on this one, and not pooch from earlier in the season.
Yeah, they did. But the beneficiary of that is Monty, in my opinion, because I think it would have been horrible for his game to have Taylor to go home, especially on his HOH. Brittany is the big loser in this. I mean, she did garner a little bit of jury respect by voting to keep Alyssa, but now she has to deal with 3 people who maybe all want her out. Now, again, things look different at the Final 4 than they do at the Final 5. So now we know Taylor is HOH. She cannot be evicted. And more importantly, I really feel like Monty is the big loser in this situation because Monty needed Taylor to be in the pool of eligible house guests to receive the vote as someone to keep him. Does that make sense? So Taylor's HOH, which means no matter what happens, she's not going to be voting when the eviction eventually happens at the Final 4. Monty needed Taylor to be there. He really needed Turner to win HOH, or worst case scenario, Brittany to win HOH. He needed Taylor to be in the pool of eligible house guests. Unfortunately, she's not. She's out of the pool now. She's the HOH. We know she's going to finale night, but more importantly, she can't vote at the Final 4 because remember, only one person votes, and it's usually the person who wins the power of veto. If the HOH wins the power of veto, they get to decide who votes, not actually vote themselves, and that is problematic sometimes, especially when you're dealing with the house like this, where maybe some people have different opinions of who they might want to keep than maybe the HOH. Let me put it this way. I think that Taylor would love to see Turner go home this week, but how the fuck is she going to make that happen? If she wins the veto, like let's say she wins the veto, she wants to use it on Monty because she wants to keep Monty safe. She knows Monty's taking her to the Final 2, but Monty may not want to evict Turner. He may want to evict Brittany. But that's not what Taylor wants. Taylor might have to strong arm Monty. And now if she uses if she used the veto, or Brittany won the veto, now Brittany's the decider. Maybe Brittany evicts Turner, but maybe she's also threatened by the budding showmance of Taylor and Monty. So I don't know. I feel like that getting Turner out is going to be hard. Even if Taylor wins the veto, I don't know if she can get Turner out of the house this week. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Honestly, this might have lasting ramifications where maybe she shouldn't have won this one. Maybe she should have thrown it to Brittany. Honestly, it just
no,
seems
she couldn't do that. No, she couldn't do that
saying,
because
I'm
with you. Yeah, but that's the one scenario that she could not have happen tonight. Taylor could not have Brittany win HOH, because if Brittany wins HOH, then that means it's Monty, Turner, and Taylor in the final three. And no matter how you look at that, Taylor comes up with the short straw in every scenario. I mean, maybe there's a way where Monty can keep Taylor, but he's going to want to take Turner to the end. Turner's going to want to take Monty to the end. The only person who's taken Taylor is Taylor, and that means she has to win the veto or hope that the HOH gives her the power to cast the vote. So, I think Brittany winning HOH was absolutely devastating for Taylor's game. So when she came up with that number in the tiebreaker, I mean, that really was everything for her.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. More you outline that. Yeah, that makes more sense. And plus, at the end of the day, winning the HOH, you're just furthering your own game. Regardless of what happens with the people you want around you, at least you were getting further in this game.
She's furthered her game. She's going to be there on September 25th. She's going to be there on finale night. She's going to be at minimum sitting in the final two chairs to decide, who somebody wants to take to the final two and who somebody wants to evict as juror number 9. Outside of that, maybe she ends up winning. We'll see. Who knows?
And I agree with Nowhere Man. At least it's an intriguing Final Four. I agree. There's so many different ways this.
A lot of bad gameplay. A lot of bad gameplay, but an intriguing Final Four with very interesting positioning. I think Brittany probably wants to evict Turner, but maybe Monty, because maybe she knows that. I tell you what, if I'm Brittany, I have to evict Monty, because Taylor is going to evict Turner at the final three. And Turner, if he can't take Monty, his bro, I think he's going to evict Taylor at the final three and take Brittany with him to the final two. So if I'm Brittany, I have to get rid of Monty this week. So I think Brittany votes out Monty this week. I think everybody else. Brittany. Again, you're asking me to say like Turner votes out Brittany. I guess he does, because but that's not good for him, though. Maybe I think Brittany can talk some sense in him and be like, look, I'll take you to the final two, but Monty's going to take Taylor and Taylor's going to take Monty. So where's that leave you if you take those two to the final two? So
it's not, but look what we've seen this whole season with Turner. He hasn't made the right decision for his game for weeks now. And especially this week, he really screwed himself this last week. And I don't think if he's made the move then, he's not going to make the move next week. So I really feel like he's going to go all in with his approach, just thinking he's won enough competitions and he has enough friends to make it to the end and win.
So I think so. You think what's going to happen is Turner's going to let's assume Turner wins the veto. He's going to evict Brittany and take Monty to the end.
Yes.
Hoping that Monty stays true to his bro.
Yes.
And that puts Monty in the catbird seat then. If Turner takes the two of them, Monty and Taylor, to the end, then now Monty's in the catbird seat. Taylor takes Monty to the end. Turner takes Monty to the end.
Yep.
Neither of them take each other. And that's where you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that, I don't know. Honestly, I don't
think anybody's drawing dead if they lose. I don't care where the veto goes. I don't think anybody's drawing dead. Yeah. If Monty wins the veto, I think he could be talked into getting rid of Turner. If Turner wins the veto, I think, and obviously his best play is getting rid of Monty, so I think he could be talked into that. Whether he does it or not is another story. Obviously, if Brittany wins the veto, she has a choice to make. Turner's probably the bigger threat with more HOHs at this point, although, Monty's no slouch. So Monty has 2 HOHs, right? It's 2. Yeah, sorry. It all blends. Girl, it all blends together at the end of the season.
Yes, too.
These HOHs come fast and furious. So, yeah, I think anybody winning anybody winning the veto here at the end is going to be interesting. I really think it's great, though. We're going to see the nominations and the veto on Sunday, so we're not going to have to wait long. So that means we're probably going to get nominations tonight or tomorrow morning. They're probably gonna have the veto right away because they got to get this show edited for Sunday. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to wait till Saturday to find out who wins the veto, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's
They've done bigger turnarounds before.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting Final Four and can go a number of different ways. At least we're not going into this Final Four with like an alliance of two, and just basically who wins the veto gets to the final three. Like that's
That's
the
very
worst
true.
in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
And so I really agree with you. And also, just to put it out there, if Monty wins, I'm still not convinced that he would get rid of Turner. I mean, would keep Turner. I still think there's a ounce that he would take Brittany because she's just such a juicy pawn at the end.
Yeah, I think so if Monty wins the veto, I think he would take. I think he I think he takes Turner, babe.
I know
think he
I do
takes
too,
Turner.
but I'm saying there's
Oh.
there's still a chance he might not. I
don't think so. I think Monty's a smart guy, and he recognizes if he evicts Turner and takes Brittany to the final two. Sorry, if he takes Brittany to the final three, Brittany takes Taylor. Taylor takes Taylor. I'll put it this way: Taylor is tempted to take Brittany. And whereas if it's Turner, she's not tempted to betray Monty. Does that make sense? People are predictable when you know what they're going to do. Sorry, I know that sounds redundant, but like you understand their wants and desires. Monty wants to be in the final three with Turner and Taylor because he knows they're both taking him to the end. He doesn't know that about Brittany. So why in the fuck is he going to take her in forward in the game? Yeah.
I will say this: if it comes down to Taylor, Turner, and Monty in the final three, I really think anyone can win. We don't know truly what's going on in that jury house. I think it's literally open between all three people. Which how rare is that all three people have a chance? Usually, we know there's one dud that's just like a pawn sitting there at the end. Usually, that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I thought in order for Taylor to win, she needed to win one more competition, and she did. She won HOH at the Final Four. Really, really important competition for her. I mean, look, let's be honest. I know it was a fluke, okay? I know everybody was guessing. I know she guessed there at the end with the number. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the eyes of the jury. She's now won 2 HOHs on the season, been a little more impressive competition-wise. Now people can start to take her seriously as a winner. It's not such a big power vacuum where you have somebody like, Turner with 3 HOHs, and then there's Taylor with only, 1 competition win. Like that it looks a lot more manageable now. And with her social game, which is good, I feel like she definitely has a chance no matter who she's sitting with in the final two.
I mean, it feels like everything has led up to a Taylor win. Like everything she's endured all season, just where she's come from, everything she's had to get through. Like it's almost best for Big Brother that she does win for the show as a whole.
Let's talk this out. So I think the only way that Taylor does not make the final two is if Turner wins final. If Turner survives this week and then Turner wins final HOH.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way Taylor doesn't make the final 2 chairs, because if Brittany's still around, Brittany will take Taylor to the final 2. Whether they're pissed at each other, but you're telling me Brittany's going to take Monty to the end? She's going to take Turner to the end? No, bitch. She's taking Taylor to the end and hoping for the best in a girl power final 2. That's what she's doing. Okay. So if Brittany's at the end at the final 3, she's taking Taylor to the end. Monty, if he's in the final 3, I really feel confident that he's going to take Taylor to the end. Obviously, Taylor's taking Taylor to the end. So who's the only person not taking Taylor to the end? Turner. And that's the person that if I'm Taylor, that's the person I want to get rid of this week. But again, how do you make that happen?
You got to get lucky.
Yeah, I think the only way it happens is if Brittany wins the veto, or if you win the Brittany and keep Brittany safe, and you have to appeal to Brittany that Turner is by far the bigger threat than Monty, and that the two of you combined can get rid of Monty at the final 2 and take each other to the end. Like you saw Taylor, she wasn't pissed about the vote against her. She wasn't pissed that it was a tie. I think her best play right now is to just be cool with Brittany, continue to work her social game, act like it's not a big deal, even if she's steaming inside, act like it's not a big deal. Tell Brittany, you know what? It's okay. I understood where you're coming from. You had to take a shot to keep Alyssa. She was better for your game. But now Alyssa's not here anymore. Now I'm best for your game. And I know I am best for your game. So let's work together to get this done. And maybe she can find a way to make Brittany evict Turner when that would be really good for Taylor, because now if Turner's evicted, then Taylor doesn't even have to win the final 2 HOH. She doesn't have to do anything anymore. She can just be taken to the end. Now, of course, she wants to win it, but she can be taken. So again, Taylor wants Turner out. Monty wants Brittany out.
Yes.
And
I think I know I come back to this, and I know you kind of talked me out of it, but if Monty just for some reason realizes how big of a goat Brittany is, and I understand that she won't take him in the final 2. I get that. But he thinks, hey, I feel like I can beat Brittany at any competition because I beat her at all the competitions so far that we played in, like except for, well, he didn't play last week, but yeah, except for one competition. I really think that there's a chance that he thinks about how big of a goat she is and just bets on himself to win in the final 3.
I think he's too much of a. He's been shown to be risk averse all season long. He's played with the house. He's done what other people wanted him to. I don't see it happening. I mean, I know. Look, the good news is we'll have 4 or 5 days to have this discussion on social media. What will Monty do if Monty's the person who gets to vote in the final 4? What is he going to do? Is he going to evict the GOAT in Brittany? But also by evicting the vote, then that means that you have to take somebody else to the end now. And Monty wants to be taken to the end.
Yeah.
And what is the runner-up gets 50,000 or 75,000? Does anybody know?
50,000 still.
Is it 50,000 still? That person didn't get a pay bump?
Honestly, they need to up all the payments because the payments are far too low. I mean, even if you're in the jury, you're only getting what, 10 grand or something like that for being on the show. Like that is not a ton of money for what, almost 4 months worth of work, essentially.
Right.
I feel like that needs to come up a lot.
That's
honestly
barely a year of Botox for me. Come on.
I mean, we both work in casinos. We both work in casinos, and honestly, it might not be financially correct for us to go into the Big Brother house for 4 months.
Yeah.
It'd be to win it all or nothing.
Okay, well, Josh says the runner-up gets $75,000, and I trust Josh. Okay, so yeah,
runner-up,
I think
better.
Runner-up, that's good. $75,000 I can't believe Derek F got $75,000. Seriously, did you guys see the Derek Fraser I'm talking about from last season, the runner-up, the guy who did nothing, who thinks he created the cookout? He tweeted a picture of him being on the challenge for next season, and I tweeted, "Is there a lounging competition next season that I don't know about?" But yes. That was a hit on Twitter. Let's say that. Yeah.
All right. So then let's work this out real quick. They're talking about it in the chat right here. America's favorite player. The winner hasn't been eligible for America's favorite player, but they said on here that it's production's call if the winner can win AFP.
It is production's call.
If it's not going to go to Taylor, who do we think it's going to? Michael?
Probably. Yeah, probably. I think most of the casuals would probably vote for him. They feel bad for him. He won so many competitions, even though I don't think he played very good. But yeah, I think they'd probably vote for, if it's not going to go to Taylor, it's probably going to go to Michael. I think most of us on social media would love for it to go to Joseph, but I'm sorry, bitches. Joseph was invisible in these episodes. Yeah. Like, he really was. Like, I know he was the heart and soul of the season. He was the heart and soul of the leftovers for me. It's all about Joseph and his 25th birthday for me. But bitch, the casuals, they don't know her. They don't know who Joseph is. Like, they really don't. It's like Mariah Carey. I don't know her. Who is she? I don't know. Like, they just know he was some guy who was evicted during Dyer Fest. So yeah, he exactly. Like Joseph should, but Michael will. Exactly.
He seems like a nice guy, but what did he do on the show? He literally won nothing. He literally was just there. He was part of the big alliance, but he didn't do anything to garner that attention.
Yeah, that's the thing. We know he was worth a lot more than that, but the show never showed anything. Anything that, and again, asking me to recount what the fuck happened on this season, I am not Taryn Armstrong. Like, I cannot remember everything that's happened on the live feeds for every moment of time, but I know that Taylor Armstrong, that I know, I combined the two notes. You see how he did that? I know that Joseph had some really big moments this season where we were depending on him, and then also a couple bloopers as well when he was trying to like pawn himself up on the block during Taylor's HOH. But he really, for me, was the heart and soul of this season, and I was really sorry to see him go. I think he should win America's favorite player if Taylor doesn't get it, but again, it ain't gonna happen. So yeah,
I love this. I say give it to Jasmine. No, hell no.
that would. You know
I would
what?
love for her to get
Whatever.
like the top 3 and think that she's beloved.
I mean, she's kind of beloved. I mean, like, she's gonna be fun on social media. I hope that she can laugh at herself. I really do. Like, just you know what? Own the shit you said about Taylor. Own the shit that you're a little bit of a mean girl. That you erased some of the colorism on the show, Jasmine, and then go from there and give it up.
Yeah.
Like if you can do that, like you'll be a hit on social media. But if you try to downplay it, if you try to be defensive, you try to be a hater like Daniel, you guys see on social media, not going so well for Daniel. Yeah, that's not how to handle it. But Jasmine was a lot of fun this season. I grew to love her, hated her in the beginning, grew to love her at the end. So you know, she's perfect reality casting. I'll put it that way. I'm still bitter that she remember how she fell in that. That was the last. By the way, up until tonight, did you know this? Up until tonight, that was the last live HOH competition that we got when Jasmine fell off the thing and hurt her fucking ankle. That seriously, it was the curse of Jasmine. Yeah, exactly.
Like we talked about, I think it'll for sure go to Taylor 100%. If Taylor is the winner, I wonder if they'll give it to Michael if they don't allow the winner to take that down. So
I think this season they would give it to Taylor. I really do, and I think that was a Freudian slip on my part, but because there's so many T's. But I think that Turner actually does have a chance. I think Turner is top 3. I think Turner is top 3. I do. I think it's Taylor, Turner, and Michael in the top 3. If they announce the top 3, sometimes they just announce the top 2. But yeah, I think that's the top 3 right now. I'm guessing Taylor has it in the bag if she doesn't win the game. If she doesn't win the game, she's definitely going to get it.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you this. So we're almost towards the end of the season. How many and who of these players from this season do you think will be returning for a future season?
I think 2 of them, possibly 3 of them. I think nobody from the pre-jury is coming back. 100%.
Yep.
I think Michael is a definite, although I don't think he gets very far in any season he's in. But then again, he can win. Maybe he can win a lot in the beginning and make another run. I think Taylor will get an invitation back, and I think possibly Joseph. But that may be wish casting on my part on the last one. I want Joseph to get an invitation to come back, but I think he checks all the boxes. He's gorgeous. He's very fun in the diary room. He's sneaky. He's strategic. He's personable. He's hot. Did I mention his muscles? I'm just saying. There was that. Did you see the GIF or the video of him doing the hip thrusts with the barbell on his? Yeah. Oh, wow. Like I know you're hetero, but that was wow. Yeah.
I just think that Joseph was so irrelevant in the episodes that production doesn't know what to do with him. That I don't think they ever want him back. I really don't.
I you know what? You've convinced me. You're probably right. I think it's only 2. I think it's only 2.
I would throw in a third. I would just more so as
Jasmine.
of late. I would. What you were going to say, Jasmine?
Yeah.
No, I think Turner. I think Turner has a possibility because they've been loving using him as like the dirty one in the house.
But there's so many other white boys that can fill that role. So many, like again,
I agree.
A cast that's balanced, and Michael's going to take the first white boy slot. Let's just period, end of story. So now there's got to be another white boy slot. And you want it to be a hot white boy, probably, because Michael's not going to be hooking up with anybody. So who the fuck's it going to be? I think the Turners of the world are a dime a dozen. He's a star. He's like James from Big Brother 17 and 18. He's a star this season because he's the only person you have left that's a little interesting. But in a regular season, no one gives a fuck about this guy. See, we didn't give a fuck about him before the season. Like, for real. Like, come on.
Oh, how far we've come.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Just go back to that first episode and all the trash we were talking on Turner.
All the trash. I said,
definitely
this is who you live with, right?
We got
CBS.
so much shit for that.
I know, right? I retweeted it because I love my haters so much. I said this is what I said about Turner, and I retweeted it. Oh my God.
No,
Yes.
you know who's hating their life the most right now is Turner's sister, because now everyone's just like, okay,
Right.
obviously this chick's a whack job.
Right. I know that everybody's like, from everybody for the most part, even if you're a Taylor fan, you're like, okay, Turner's kind of fun. And he did, like,
Honestly,
again, he was the reason Taylor stayed around tonight. It
yeah.
boggles my mind. Boggles my mind.
And honestly, watching Turner this whole season, I'm now have it in my head. I'm like, well, was Mr. Beast an asshole? Like, was that whole
Right.
Mr. Beast thing real? Because he seems pretty normal.
Chill and nice
Yeah.
and moral. Yeah.
Seems like he
Yeah.
tries to do the right thing. Like,
Generally
it's just like,
speaking.
oh, shit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I
So
know.
I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know. It's been a complete turnaround for him, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he proved us wrong because it's been
Yeah.
fun.
Me too.
All right. So where do we go from here? Do you want to give predictions for what we think will happen in the end, or do you want to wait and save that for next week?
We can wait because we're gonna have
Okay.
to have something to talk about next week.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions in the chat, I think we got complaints last recap that we did not take enough questions from the gallery. So
Oh, I thought you were gonna say because I wasn't here.
oh no, we got kudos for that. Sorry. No.
Oh no, just that
But,
one dude. What's his
yeah.
name?
Nope.
That one dude in the chat.
Noah hates
Noah.
you.
Noah. Actually,
Ah,
Noah said something
yeah.
nice about me for once in here, and so I
Yeah,
was
he was here
taking it
earlier. I
back.
saw him. Yeah. No, if you guys have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. I'll try to look at the couple of questions that have been posted earlier.
All right, here we go.
I'll answer. Let's start with Nick. Yes. Do you guys think we'll have a recap show? So I'm not big on them. Like once the season's over, I'm like done. I will say that I am off on Sunday, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday when they're going to have the finale. So I will be here. I'm guessing Alex will be here. I know Bobby will not because he can't get off Sundays.
I can't get off, guys. I'm sorry.
But I am randomly off, which I didn't even ask for it. But I'm randomly off on Sunday. That Sunday, so Sunday the 25th.
God damn you, production.
I know. So I will be here for it. And like generally once the season's over, it's over for me. I mean, like some of you guys back in the day, like when they'd like for real, like a T, okay? Like when RHAP would ask me to come back for like once the season was done, and then a week and a half later we talk about shit that happened on social media and like what people had to say when they get out of the house. Like I literally just look at my eyes. I was so the fuck bored during those podcasts. Okay. Like seriously, like you wait a week and a half after the fucking season is over to talk about it. I'm out, seriously. So no, I don't foresee us having a recap. It's possible that without me, that Bobby may want to have a recap with Alex in the coming days after that, which maybe I will make an appearance for, just to throw some shade here and there, but because by then everybody will be out of the house and we can actually gauge who's learning to play the social media game pretty well and who's not. But I'm not big on recap shows, so,
yeah, I'm very bummed I can't make it for the finale, but we at my work we have a concert that night and my boss is a dick, so there's probably zero chance that I'm gonna be able to get it off, but I'm gonna try, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And as for the question Nick said, do you guys think we'll have a recap show? I think the way the scheduling is working out with the finale on Sunday and the way this upcoming Sunday is gonna go, I think that they're gonna throw it in there somewhere. I maybe they'll change it up and realize people hate it.
Oh,
but I feel like they have.
Oh,
to
I'm
show
sorry.
something.
That was his question. I thought he was talking about us, as in like if we'll have a recap show like after the season's over.
No.
He's talking about the show. Yes, I think. Well, no, actually, you know what? I take that back. Let's see. Wait, no. So okay. No, I don't think there will be a recap show because Sunday is going to be nominations and veto. There's no episode on Wednesday, which means the eviction's going to be on Thursday. You heard Julie say that the eviction's going to be on Thursday. Now we don't know if it's a live eviction or if it was taped, but I'm thinking it's going to be live because they usually don't tape it and hold it for a day or two because then they have to black out the feeds and they don't like it. We don't like it when they do that. So I'm guessing they're going to actually evict somebody on Thursday. And if that happens, that means they're going to have to play part 1 and part 2 and then part 3 of HOH live. So they're going to have to do part 1 on Friday, part 2 on Saturday, and then immediately go to part 3 on Sunday for the finale. So no, I don't think we're getting a recap show at all.
Call. I forgot there's no Wednesday episode. I thought that would be right where they would put it, but you're right.
Yeah.
All right. So next, let's go to Pika. She says, question, worst and best casting this season? I think that's a great question. Brent?
I mean, worst casting this season has to be Daniel. Like, I mean, talk about somebody who just doesn't know how to play the social media game, who wasn't fun in the house, who like doesn't provide anything. Like, at least if like, okay, I'm gonna be really shallow for a second. At least if you're like Alyssa, you're fucking hot. Or if you're like, if you're Joseph, you got muscles. I mean, obviously Joseph has more than that. But even if he was just that, he has muscles or something. What the fuck? How did, again, it's like with the thing with Turner, like there's so many people who audition for Big Brother, and this is the guy you pick? Like fucking Daniel? Like, he's just, he's terrible, and he's gross, and sorry.
He's even bad on social media.
I know, he's like, doesn't know, like, you don't know how to play the game. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, I would have said Daniel too. So to be different, I'll say Pooch. Pooch was just boring.
Wasn't he? He was boring. Pooch himself.
I could care less, man.
Yeah, God, that was so long ago. Yeah, I know.
And best casting, I would probably go with Michael. I think that he's been a great player to watch, in my opinion. And just seeing him dominate these competitions in a way we haven't seen since Janelle, I think it's been a lot of fun and honestly a bit of a surprise. So I think Michael would be, in my opinion, I'd love to see him back.
Yeah, I think Michael's probably really good. I think we're repeating ourselves at this point. I think Jasmine was fantastic casting. I think Indy was a miss. Was a miss. They were hoping for Abby Maria to 2.0. Yeah. They didn't get it. Joseph was a plus, but he was an alternate. Remember, Monty's been fun. But worst and best. Worst is definitely Daniel. I will not say Nicole is the worst, because Nicole has done what every one of those pre-jury people should have done, and that's disappear. Like, she is, bitch. Yeah. She did her exit press and she went the fuck home. She hasn't done one interview. Yeah. She hasn't said one tweet, one Instagram, nothing. She said nothing. She said, bye. I'm leaving. Exit. Like, literally, like, what's it? Pink Panther. Exit stage right. Like, she said, I'm out of here. She knew when to get off the stage, but Daniel does not. So Daniel's the worst. Best is Jasmine, Michael, and
Taylor.
I won't say Taylor. I love Taylor for other reasons. She's been put upon. She's been, bullied early in the season. She's still a little cold to me. Mm-hmm. I'm being real with you. She's a little cold. Her diary rooms are a little scripted. Okay, the way she looks at the camera and has her lines, like, you can tell they fed them to her. Like, I'm sorry, guys. That's the tea. It's the tea. I love Taylor, and I'll root for her to win. I hope she takes all the money, because she has a great social game, and she's put up with so much bullshit. But as far as literally on my television screen, she's good casting, not amazing casting. I think there are other people out there who could give me better television than Taylor Mack has.
All right, so Josh, who gets casted on Amazing Race?
First of all, Josh, I can't even believe you wrote this. It's who gets cast on The Amazing Race. There is no such word as casted. I didn't want to call him out, Brent. Josh, you are so smart. How the fuck have you been hacked, Josh? Who wrote this? Who gets cast on The Amazing Race? It's like, you're cast on a TV show. You get cast on The Amazing Race. It's the same fucking word.
Anyway. I wasn't gonna throw the shade, Josh. I was gonna just say it and run with it.
I'm just saying. I don't know that anybody does. Like, dude, you can never know. It's like fucking Amazing Race put fucking Allison on the show, and everyone hated her. So I cannot with the Amazing Race producers. Like, who did they fucking Claire and Derek X, and they have literally no chemistry. Literally none. Literally none. Okay, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, in the hammock they had a smidge, but out and about, no. Oh my god. Now
I was gonna say it's gotta be Nicole, and who's the chick that she said it to walking out the door?
Amira and Nicole for the win.
There we go. They called their shot.
I kind of want it to happen now that it's out there. I really do. Can you imagine?
Right. Next question. Do you think Taylor strategized hooking up with Monty?
Okay, can we address this? Thank you for asking this question, Dockery. I appreciate it. No, I don't think Taylor was using one strategic bone in her body. I think she just wanted some dick. Okay? And as I said on Twitter, I get it. I want dick. She wants dick. I get it. You want dick. It's been fucking 60, 70 days and you haven't had dick. She needed some dick, okay? That's literally all this is about. For those people out there who are saying that she betrayed Joseph, fuck you all. She didn't betray Joseph. Woman has needs. Everyone has base needs. Okay. She needed to have her base needs met. So she hooked up with Monty and got some dick. That's all it comes down to. Seriously. I guarantee you, after this season, there is no showmance between these two. They aren't gonna. It's like two ships passing in the night. They just wanted to fuck and get it over with. Like, seriously, that's what the fuck happened. Like, they're bored in there. Do you guys not get it? Are there too many Puritans that watch this fucking recap show? Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah, to all the jailer fans, I'm sorry, but let the girl be. Like, you know,
right?
Who knows? Something might happen outside the house with them, but inside the house, she is able to do whatever she wants. So get off her case for that. All right, so let's see here. And then we got Mary who says, we kind of answered that one already. We'll skip to the next one, Mary.
Okay. Mary, girl, bye.
Will Taylor take Britt or Monty if the chance is present?
So I think she takes Britt. I think she would recognize that taking Monty to the end would make her chances at winning $750,000 that much tougher. And Taylor has been shown to make the right move when she needs to. She voted out Michael. She knew Michael was her friend. She knew Michael would keep her safe, but she knew her chance at $750,000 was non-existent with Michael in the house. If Taylor has the chance to take Brittany to the final two, I think she will, and I think she wins.
Okay, I got a question for you. Would you want to interview anyone from this cast? They're talking about it in the chat right here. And if there's anyone in this cast, who would you want to interview in a podcast format?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I would probably want to interview one of the pre-jury people, just to like hold their feet to the fire a little bit more, and like really maybe even Kyle, even though he's post-jury obviously, but like because so many people, like Kyle had like word salad in his exit interviews and they didn't make sense. I'd also like to talk to Michael and Brittany about their, weaponizing race as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd probably like back, for those of you who don't know, every once in a while I joined in an exit interview and I had some choice things to say to people, which is why they don't let me on the exit interviews anymore. So, I would definitely love to talk to the people of the show and pick their brain about why the fuck they did what they did. I just look, I'm not here. Here's the thing. I'm not here to crucify anybody, but I'm also not here for their bullshit. Okay. Like, I just want you to own your shit. If you were a mean girl, say you were a mean girl. If you were a cunt, say you were a cunt. Like, just say it. Own your shit. I'm sorry. There are times in life where I've been a cunt and I've owned it. You own yourself. You're being a dick. Okay. That's all you got to do. All right. These people that cannot. Yeah. Anyway. Yes.
Yeah,
Johnny
don't be a dick if you're really a cunt.
The chef's kiss, Moses. The chef's kiss was Johnny from Big Brother Canada 6. When I let him have it, said, bitch. What were you doing?
Where do you rank this season?
That was the one only time they let me on.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Right?
All right, where do you rank this season compared to the other?
Wait. While we're talking about this, is much more fun. So, like, while we're talking about that, since we're talking about one-offs from RHAP. Do you guys know? So RHAP has like sponsors, right? Okay. And like, if we wanted to make more money, like we could like do something with a sponsor from RHAP, right? Okay, well, this one, I can't remember, like there were a bunch of sponsors I didn't give a fuck about, right? But then there was this one that like was like with contacts or something, or eyeglasses. I can't remember what it was. So I wear eyeglasses, I wear contacts. I thought this is a great idea. So they hooked me up with the information. The people called me, and apparently I did it wrong. Where like I was supposed to like read something with my contacts in, but I had already taken my contacts out, so I put my glasses on, and then I sent them the little video or whatever they needed. So then the person on the other end, the customer service person for the sponsorship said, no, we need you to do it with your contacts in. So they called me on the phone, right? So I hung up. I was really irritated because I'd already put my contacts in their container. So I took my contacts out of because I can't read without my fucking contacts or my glasses. So I took my contacts out of the container and I rinsed them off with saline solution. But apparently I didn't rinse them off well enough because I put them in my eyes and they still had that like cleaning solution on them. And of course my eyes just like lit on fire. And I was like, like that. And then right then they called me back and they asked me how I was doing. And I was like, how the fuck do you think I'm doing? Like, this is the sponsor on the phone, right? And they were like, and so I was trying, and then of course I was a little apologetic. I was like, I'm sorry, but I just got all this stuff in my I thought all this cleaning solution in my eyes, and I can't see now, so I can't do the thing, so I'll do it tomorrow. The next day, I heard from Rob. It said, apparently, of course, the story goes that I cussed out the person on the phone for the contact sponsorship, and I was like, I'm in my head. I'm totally fine here. I happened to be cussing while they were on the phone. I wasn't cussing at them, But needless to say, I didn't get another sponsorship after that one. That's where they just shuffled me off to the back room and brought me out for Big Brother recaps.
Honestly, you guys had such a different experience at Rob Has Podcast than I did. Like being one of the upper people, there.
Being one of the
elite.
Yes.
Yeah, and for those people that are listening this after the fact, stop talking about rap. We don't care. We love you too. I get it, but we're there for a period of time, and we like to talk about our experiences. It's cathartic for us.
Yeah, so, what are we going to talk about? Is there another podcast that happens to be talking about Big Brother right now? I'm sorry, Kat and her Conspiring Bitches podcast. It's intermittent. I never know when the fuck it's happening. I don't know the people. Whatever. Anyway, bye. The only people I know are over at Rob's podcast, and I love them. Yeah. So just know I love Rob. I love all the people over there. We can laugh about it afterwards. There you go. So it's all
love. So honestly, I think that we should do like an off-season podcast, maybe just a one-off or something, and just talk about life. Like every time we get talking about just like experiences and stuff we've gone through, we have a lot of fun.
Yes, totally. Excellent. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. All right. So we'll discuss that in the future.
Where do I rank the season? Pika says, where do I rank the season compared to the other modern seasons of Big Brother? I don't know. Like, it's a very interesting season. Like, it's very unpredictable here at the end, but the gameplay has been bad. Let's be real. Like, even tonight, Turner made a terrible move. So I don't know where I'd rank this season. I guess. And it started so miserably bad, too. Like, I didn't even want to podcast the season early on for the first 3 weeks. So, yeah, I got, again, to be determined for that one.
Yeah. I obviously don't put it nearly in the same category as the Big Brother Canada season we just had. And I know we're talking Big Brother US, but I'm just saying that was an upper echelon season.
That was upper echelon. It really was. Yeah.
That was one of the best seasons in years. This one, it's been good. I would say if we're talking more modern seasons, I would still put it high. I like it more than 23. I like it more than 22. There's other seasons like 20 I would put above it. But I think it's kind of like in that mid-tier for current modern seasons. If you're saying like post Big Brother, 17?
I can co-sign that. Yeah. It's better than 19. It's better than 21. It's better than 22. So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's mid-tier, mid to high tier. Yeah. All right. So I don't know if there's any other questions. We got to get out of here anyways.
We got to get out of here.
We actually made an hour out of the show that I thought was going to be pretty quick one. So I'm pretty proud of us for getting this far. But if you guys like what you see, you like all the content we provide you, please give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page. It helps us out a lot. And if you can, subscribe to the podcast. We are here every single week providing you guys the best coverage we can. So it would really help us if you could just give us the smallest thing in a like and a sub. It would go a long way. Also, if you want to find us on social media here, let me take down this comment so you can see our handles. You can find Brent at OneLuckyGay. You can find myself at Goodsby Bobby. And don't forget our boy Alex Rubino. He'll be back next week, and definitely check him out too. Brent, anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
I think we're good. I think it's been fun talking with the chat room and swapping a few old stories. And Bobby, your computer held up remarkably well. So glad to see it.
Well.
I know, right? It's crazy. It's been, again, a fun episode. I'm not even sure I really even care what the fuck happens. Again, for Taylor's sake, she needs Turner to be evicted, but that's going to be, no matter what the fuck happens in the veto, that's going to be tough. So it's doable, but it's tough. So, but again, the level of gameplay has been so slow and so bad. I don't know that I have it within me to hope for this season to actually, the definition to me of good gameplay is getting someone to do something that they ordinarily were going to do, getting someone to do something that they ordinarily weren't going to do. So if Taylor can get Monty or Brittany to evict Turner when their best play is probably to evict each other, I think that would be some really good gameplay on her part. But again, has she shown me that she can do that? To be determined.
We'll see, guys. We got a lot of season left with, the finale coming right around the corner. This is, I believe, my penultimate episode because I won't be there for finale night, but I'll be back next Thursday, and so will Brent and hopefully Alex. And yeah, so we will see you guys next week, and then we'll talk about maybe in the future doing a podcast just talking about life and reminiscing. So we'll have more of that later. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Support for Reality After Show is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. That's right, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. If my math's correct, that's about 12 million balls.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies.
First off, the Lawnmower 4.0, this trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever.
Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to help reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and has a 4000K LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shave.
Now, I have a dark shower curtain in my bathroom, and I've been looking for the perfect way to shave in the dark, kinda. Guess what? I found it! 4000K LED! No longer a problem. I got perfectly smooth, clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0.
It's time to take care of yourself, so go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code SURVIVOR. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. And don't forget, for more exclusive Reality After Show coverage, visit realitypatron.com. That's reality, Patron.com.
And for more bonus content, go to realitypatron.com. That's right, become a patron now. Get additional coverage of all your favorite shows, the weekly Q&A, and you become a member of the secret, exclusive Facebook group. That's realitypatron.com.